intro, John.
All right, you're good to go.
We're good to go. Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to my page. Of course, I'm Showbiz Shelly, and this is something brand new I'm doing. If you missed it the other week, it's something called Ambition, where this is a brand new podcast where I'm talking to ambitious people who are on a mission to do good in the community, especially in Chicago. And so that's why I'm with a very special Chicagoan today, my friend Jaslene Gonzalez. Hi, Jaslene.
Hi, Shelly.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
So, yes, this is going to be so fun. So, for those who don't know, Jaslene won Cycle 8 of America's Next Top Model, but you're now, I feel like I see you everywhere. Where are you not, Jaslene? You're everywhere.
I try to be. I'm highly ambitious. I'm super passionate about furthering my goals in my career. So, yes, I'm always trying to get myself out there and try new things. I'm currently pursuing acting. So, from LA to New York, I actually just finished a course in New York at Stella Adler. So I was out there, and it was really nice because New York is usually more of like modeling grounds for me.
Mm-hmm.
So to go out there to study acting was, I just saw New York even with different eyes, and so it was good. It was, yeah. I'm always trying to get out there and reach new communities, new heights.
So, what type of acting? Are we looking into TV shows, movies, or what specifically?
So currently, I have a small role in the movie Death Wish, which comes out in November, like the day before Thanksgiving.
Remember that. November, okay. Day before Thanksgiving is what, I don't know what it is this year, but okay, we'll remember.
Bruce Willis plays leads in it, and I'm really excited. That's like my second feature. I'm currently shooting another The Big Dogs, which is something that's still in production. So that's series, and then that's film. So just really getting started. I don't pride myself in being like the best actress. However, I think that from my experience as a model and being in front of the camera, it really became a natural progression for me, and I'm really enjoying it so much more.
Yeah?
Oh my God, a whole different realm.
Yeah.
You know, from creating and the illusions, the imagination that we have to just put into these characters and how to approach these roles, and so much more interesting. I think that modeling became a second nature already.
So, and you have to constantly challenge yourself, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I thrive
Mm-hmm.
on. So, yeah.
And getting to sort of play these different people and step into different shoes, I'm sure it's got to be fun.
Which is, I can't believe, I know that there's different, we all have stories, right? And I have mine, and I'm so aware of that story, right? Which is, what challenges me even more is to like get into the minds of these other stories and like characters and what they have gone through, and that becoming that is there. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but it's so worth it.
Yeah.
To like become that and really live it.
Now, let's talk about your story a little bit. From Chicago, grew up in Humboldt Park, right?
Yes.
So talk about growing up here and then your progression to being on America's Next Top Model, and now seeing you in magazines and on the runway and all that. Talk about how you got there.
So I was a singer and a dancer for 12 years in probably the largest cultural youth group in Chicago called Viva la Gente, which means up with people. My grandfather was the director of the group, and our mission was always to perform at local events, corporate events, and things like that, but to gather the kids from the community. So that's where my awareness grew as to unity, how to embrace that, and meeting new people and being a part of a group and performing, which was amazing. I started modeling because obviously I was a tall and skinny girl out of the group of everyone.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'8".
5'8", okay.
But being Latina, being in a Spanish group, I was the palm tree. And they wish they had my coco, because I ended up doing way more with this body and these looks, which at the time I was very insecure, like, oh, like, you know, they all were so curvaceous and things like that. But being the tall and skinny girl, I was always being told like you should model. I was even told like you should audition for America's Next Top Model. But I grew the passion for modeling when I started doing local fashion shows, and I did them for a salon called, at the time was called Dynamic Hair Salon. And I started collaborating with the owner of that salon, and she was a very wise Latina woman, and she loved to design, and she did a lot of hair shows. And she used to use me like her little secret weapon at these hair shows, that she would use me like for the end, like, and we end up winning them. So I was like, oh, this is something really like I would just like get so much satisfaction out of. And she did a pageant, Miss Dynamic, and I was about like 17 years old, and everyone that participated was 21 years old older. When I was called third finalist, I actually made like this vow to God. I was like, God, if I win this competition, I'm going to pursue modeling from this point on. And I ended up winning the competition. Wow. And then that's when slowly I became passionate about furthering that. Top Model was on TV. I became a huge fan of the show, as we all did. And I was 18 at the time, and I told my mom, actually, I sat on the couch one day and I told my mom, I think I can be on this show, and I know I can win it. And I went online and I was looking to see where they were doing castings. And I found, at the time they weren't doing no Chicago casting, so I saw that Ohio was going to be the closest place, and where a casting director was actually going to be present to do the casting. So I drove, as driven as I was, I drove 6 hours to Cleveland, Ohio. And I met with the casting directors amongst hundreds, possibly thousands of girls that showed up. They put us inside a room, a little, way back, this was like a conference room, and lined up like soldiers. Literally, my nose is touching the girl in front of me's shoulder, because we were not facing, we were facing, like, would it be parallel?
Like sort of you're all back to back one another?
Yeah, like, yeah, from one another. And we had one opportunity to say our name, our age, where we're from, and our height. That's all. And once I stepped out of that line, I knew I had to say my name, my age, my height, where I'm from, with a little more sass than just saying it.
You have to pop.
You have to pop. That was it, right? That was the only chance. So I did that. I like, my legs came out first. I gave him a and I did a stance.
Him the Cocos?
Yes, I gave him the Cocos. Exactly, exactly. And that was the initial start.
From they said her. She's going to be on.
So it was a process of elimination. They were like, this person stays. We went, they told us, which I didn't even know, that there was going to be a second audition the next day for those that got selected from that day. And then it was history from that point on.
Do you remember how you said it? Can you reenact what you said? Do you remember?
Yeah, well, I remember the attitude.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, it was just, hi, my name is Jaslene Gonzalez. I am 5'8", from Chicago, Illinois. And that was it.
The legs came first, though. Let's remember that.
The legs came first, and I definitely had my hands on my hips.
Yeah.
And I remember my blouse, it was like this silky, black, it was a pink rosé, like silk, that covered here, but then it had like a little ruffle.
Like a peplum type thing?
And then some jeans. The audition the next day was, I think, the most important part, because there was 2 rows of girls, and those two, we were facing each other, and then there was this one open space, and each girl from the row had to step up. The casting director, Michelle Mock, was behind the camera, and she told us, this camera is Tyra Banks. And they were like, you need to, when you come up, you need to tell Tyra why you should be America's Next Top Model. And every girl that was coming, because so I was on the right side,
Uh-huh.
and the other two rows were on the left. Again, this was the middle area. We're all facing this way. Each girl had to stand up and face Michelle, who was sitting here. Every story was sad. Every
Okay.
girl was crying about her life issues and the reason why they want to get out of that and why they want to be on top model. And it was really, really sad. Everyone cried.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to approach it that way. And I was already strategizing
Uh-huh.
as each girl came up as to why I want to be. And when it was my turn, I came up and I was like, you want me because I got the moves and I can do this and I am your cha-cha diva.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, it was like, it lit up the whole
Of
room.
course.
I can tell it was a performance.
Yeah.
It wasn't a sad
That's
story.
that was a smart move, though. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, that's the thing with competition. You always have to see
Size
you gotta
everyone up.
everyone up.
Mhm.
However, that was true though to me. Like I know I can be American citizen because I love to model first and foremost, because I was born for this, because I can do this, I can do that, and I told Tyra all of that. Everyone after me did try to do the same thing.
Oh, I bet. I bet. Well, also,
So-
too, like, very authentic to you.
It was very
'cause
authentic.
You are a positive person in general, so instead of display that, I'm sure that stuck out to them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
And the rest is
that's-
history.
The rest is history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, so then let's move into, like I say, this is called Ambition, so we're talking about people who are on a mission here. And I know that you do so many things for the community and to help young girls who are also looking to get into modeling or even not, just to have a positive influence. So talk about On Set with Jaslene, because I love this. I think last time I saw you, we talked about this, but I want to hear the latest and everything going on.
Oh man, I'm so happy with how everything has turned out. It's really molding itself to be the empowerment course project that I am dreaming for it to become. I've done 2 so far, and my mission is to help develop and nurture aspiring models. And I created On Set with Jaslene, which is my project, and I've created a 7-hour empowerment curriculum, a comprehensive empowerment curriculum. We do training, we delve into topics, we runway, we do makeup training. I teach them my big 6 poses that every model should master.
What are
And
those?
then, oh, you would have to take the course.
I have to take the
Yeah.
course. Can you give us one?
I can definitely give you one. It's called the cheekbone.
Okay.
And the cheekbone, the way to create a cheekbone with your face, the mirror is your best friend.
Okay.
So you have to do this in front of the mirror to really get a sense of your cheekbone, and to also create a shadow on one side. So the cheekbone could be more pronounced. Now, to create a real cheekbone, though, all you have to do is put your tongue on the top of the roof of your mouth,
Okay, I'm doing it.
and you're slightly sucking your 2 front teeth. Okay, but you see, if you were looking at the mirror, you'd notice, you'd try to do more of that. Right, there you go. You see? There you go.
I love that. That
yes,
works.
It does. It really
That
does
works.
So then,
Okay.
and what I mean by the shadow is because it should be, yes, there you go. You're getting the movement with it. It's this. It's all
Yeah.
about this.
The side, like
Focus,
sort of
yeah,
the
so
profile.
focus. And then once you keep playing with that in the mirror, it's all symmetry as well. So we have mirrors like in the studios. If you go on oswj.org, you'll see a lot of the behind the scenes. We play in front of the mirror, and I help the girls like create that cheekbone pose. But
That's good stuff right
yeah.
there. Never will a selfie be the same for me.
No,
That's good.
That's all you need to do.
That's
You got
perfect.
it.
Okay. So I interrupted you a little. Okay, so you teach them how to do poses, and what else can you learn from On Set with Jaslene?
The topic is beauty. that's just one thing I love, and I think that throughout my course, my journey, I was on the mission of really discovering what beauty meant to me. And I realized that beauty is an inner glow. It's something that you need to let out, you need to shine. And I created this curriculum to help them really transform and to refine the topic of beauty. So from the 2-hour empowerment part of it, which is we delve into topics like pretty versus beauty, how to become your own it girl, first impressions, and then we do goal setting. Then everything else is it's more of a monitoring performance kind of training thing, where we actually give training and techniques and things like that from runway again to makeup. All that's all fun. That adds on. But what I want them to understand is that confidence and beauty, they all play a role. But once you figure out what beauty means to you and how they define it while we're exploring all of this, then we can play all that up on set.
Then it kind of flows naturally,
Then
right?
it becomes an essence.
I love that so much because, right, I have two probably similar looking girls walking into the same room, but one might exude more of a confidence, something that comes from within, whereas the other, because I know body language plays a lot into it.
Absolutely.
And sort of the thoughts we have of ourselves.
But it's all about embracing what we do have. If it is body language, if it is a killer smile, little features that you can play up, your eyes, your nose, whatever.
And really highlighting
that. We want you to play up your fabulous exterior along with your inner beauty on set. And I'm actually there helping you create this headshot, this high-end the photo that you're gonna get that you're gonna leave with, because the girls do end up leaving with a free headshot. But that will give them the confidence to walk into any casting room.
Have you had girls come up to you and just say how big of a difference this has made for them and express how important it is?
I'm super proud of the effect that it's made on many girls. The reviews alone have been wonderful. And I recently just saw one of my On-Set with Jaslene influencers just won a competition, which is called Mario Make Me a Model, Mario Chicosi.
Yeah.
Kiara won it just like a week ago. Another fellow On-Set with Jaslene influencer, she won a pageant. So these girls are doing something with it, and I'm so happy. I couldn't ask for anything more. That's
so
all I
great.
want them to do is go set the world on fire your own way. Just who
show
you
those
are.
Cocos.
Yeah, show those cocos. I
love
that.
it.
Yeah, that's a great thing. I love it.
That's so awesome. So I know last time I talked to you, you also were mentioning how you wanted to hopefully take it national one day. And are you still sort of heading in that direction?
Yeah, so I'm currently working on my next one, and we plan to do it in New York.
Okay.
So we're moving.
That's
we're
big.
moving. It's not Chicago this time. It's
Okay.
New York. So hopefully we take on more cities.
Okay. So just a couple quick side note things. We'll call this shelling out. So as you know, I like to talk about entertainment news and pop culture. So did you happen to catch the eclipse yesterday?
We did, actually.
Did you have the glasses and
I
everything?
did not have the glasses.
You stared into it, Jessie?
No, I did. I tried. I tried it, and my eyes got really teary right away. I know it's crazy.
Are you okay today?
But I'm totally fine.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Good.
The memes were hilarious, by the way.
Yeah.
But I caught it. I was at Starbucks, and my friend had shades, so I just threw on his shades, and we looked up, and it was clear. I could see it. I was happy that I actually caught it because I thought I was gonna miss it. But,
Yeah.
Did you?
I did. I caught it. It was, I have to tell you, and I feel kind of like a jerk saying this, but I had a lot of people around me who were like, this is going to be epic. This is going to be the most amazing thing. And I saw it, and I was like, this is cool.
It's cool. Right,
It's cool.
right.
I don't know if it changed my life or anything.
Right,
but it was cool.
exactly.
Like you said, it was cool to see it. I'm glad I
Yeah.
caught it. But then you're a Chicago girl, so you must know Tom Skilling, right? The weatherman. Do you know Tom Skilling? Heard of him?
I'm I'm sure if I see his face.
You would know him.
Yeah, I would know him, right.
So then I felt bad because he was crying and sobbing over the whole thing. That's how
Why?
passionate he was.
Oh
He was
my
just
God,
so
really?
passionate.
Is he like all about the universe kind of
He's
guy,
all about
aligning
the
to the
universe,
stars?
Yeah, all about the weather and these big
Right,
lifetime
right.
events.
Okay.
So then I felt kind of like a jerk because he was crying.
So serious.
Oh,
Wow,
yeah, he was
crying
really-
over it? Crying because he looked into the sun or crying because...
No, well, he was, but it wasn't from, he had the
Right.
glasses on, so it wasn't from his eyes hurting, but he was
Right.
just so happy. So it was really
Wow.
genuine. But, okay, also happening, Taylor Swift might be releasing some new music this week. Are you a Taylor Swift person? Are you excited?
To be honest, I've never really followed her music. I know she's a phenomenon, and she's had some great songs out there. I think that lyrically she's empowering many women.
She is.
Yeah.
She is. Who do you follow? Who are some of your favorites?
Oh, currently,
I guess you
it's
get to
kind of weird because I have a range of sound that
Yeah.
I like. But wow, I love house music.
Me too.
Oh my God,
Yes.
it's
Jaslene's
really
friend is here. He's like, yes.
I love househead.
So if you go to a club, are you the first one
On
up
the
and
dance
dancing?
floor.
Yeah.
I don't drink.
Okay.
So I have this energy that's just like I walk straight to the floor. I don't have to. I don't care for the mingling, the small talk.
Just
I
get
just
me
want
to
to
dance.
dance. That's
I'm
all
with
I want to
you.
do.
I
Yes.
say the same thing. I don't really drink a lot either, and so I'm the same way that I love to get on the dance floor and just if I hear any type of house song come on, I love it and I can't stop.
Go, Shelly, go.
Yeah,
You
Jaslene,
have
you
to.
go.
I
So
mean,
the two of us together, that could be dangerous.
ooh,
Yeah, we'd have to watch ourselves.
right. Or they gotta watch us.
You have to watch us. That's right. That's a different podcast for a different day. So I want to play something also with you called Shelly Shakes It Up. So I have just a little
Ooh.
fedora type hat, and these are just random questions where we'll shake it up a little bit. Go ahead and pick one. We can do another one, depending on how we like this one. What's the question?
Okay, describe your biggest disaster on the runway.
Oh,
Okay, so there hasn't been many, but there was one time that I guess it's every model's fear.
Yeah.
Is once you walk the runway, you don't want to fall, and so my biggest disaster, my shoe came off. So I had to like stop in the middle of the runway. This was in Malaysia. It was during Malaysia Fashion Week, and I'm actually walking out with the designer at the end.
Oh.
And my shoe comes off, so we have to stop him and his like, walk of victory.
Sure.
To fix my shoe.
Oh God.
So I found that to be a disaster.
Well, at least he was there, right? And did he help you?
Like, yeah, I got to balance
And
on
you could
him.
balance, right? So
And get my shoe right.
oh my gosh! And how do you recover from that? I mean, you just keep going,
You
right?
keep
There's nothing
strutting.
can do.
You just
can do.
keep walking.
Keep walking. One more.
Okay.
One more. Okay.
Have you ever been caught practicing posing?
Have you ever had an moment where like you were posing, doing something, and then even when you were a kid, maybe? I could see you just not even being embarrassed, actually. Just getting
That's
caught.
what I was thinking. So no, I was sitting. There was something that stuck with me. Randy Jackson, very
course.
well. I was sitting with him.
From American Idol?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I was sitting with him, just conversating. We became friends, and I was in New York City. What was it, like a year ago? I was with my friend Ramila, but naturally, I'll probably just I'll keep my hand here. If I'm comfortable, like something like this.
Yeah.
And I remember doing that, but it wasn't to show off. And then he came up to me, he's like, were you posing, or is this is something that's natural to you, isn't it? And I'm like, I didn't catch it as to I'm trying to do it. I was, yeah.
You were just
I
sitting.
was just sitting.
Yeah.
So in some way I kind of was embarrassed because I didn't want him to think that that's me trying to show
That's
off
you,
in front. Right,
right.
look at me.
That I have to sit.
Right, that I
like
have
a
to
model,
sit like
yeah.
this. But no, it became, so yeah, it just,
That's
that always stuck with
funny.
me, that he caught that,
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So, because you're always doing things and you have so much happening, when you do get free time and downtime, what do you like to do?
I'm very peaceful. My downtime, I really take pride in or enjoy my peace, I could sit in a room of silence for a while and just self-evaluate. I love to read books. I just finished reading The Inventions of Wings. And I love to pray
Okay.
a lot. I have a church right behind. It's a Christian church, so those things to me are it's beyond. It's really what gives me, grounds me and brings the humility in my life. I think that being in my 20s and taking on so much, that there's been moments in my life where it's just doesn't make sense or it's hard, and so I found that my peace really does come spirituality, reading a book, and sleeping.
Sleeping is a good one. That's the thing
Yeah.
I'm still working on, but I think that's great. I think that's
Sleep,
awesome.
and not like sleeping in every day, but just like
Sure, when you
giving
can.
myself that, like I don't have to run as fast as everyone, or I don't have to take on so much work. I really want to do everything with a purpose. So I need my rest. I need my gratitude. I need my solitude.
And I think that's so good, because I think so many people nowadays have trouble just kind of being alone and just being with ourselves, especially with social media and all the craziness. But that's so important.
Yeah.
So good. Now, what else? I know we kind of talked a little bit, and you referenced earlier your mission, but if you had to say what your mission is, how would you state it?
My mission is to be beautiful and to make others see their beauty.
Simple as that.
Simple as that. Embrace their beauty. I believe that if I love myself, I'm able to love others. And with love, anything is possible. With love, all things are possible. And I can feel it, I can see it, that when I'm able to embrace my beauty, and when I'm able to love it, and then I'm able to just love you for who you are and make you see that and how beautiful you are. And it's as simple as self-promoting and then promoting you in your beauty is, to me, a mission of mine. I always want to see and bring out your beauty,
This idea of not necessarily having to compete constantly against one another.
No, with all the bad things, this is real life. I was in New York City and I was in a taxi cab and I had just won America's Next Top Model, and I was really ashamed of, oh my God, like I can just wake up, go to a photo shoot, make this much money, and that's it. Like it didn't make sense to me. This was my life. I'm just going to go make money, but by being, like, it was all about, to me, it was all about like physical, and it makes sense. And I didn't know how to carry that. And I told this to the taxi cab driver, and he was like, he told me this: with all the bad things and with all the ugly things in the world, we need your beauty. And that was when the mission started, as to what does beauty mean? How do I bring beauty now to this world and like on set wherever I am? And that's where like the empowerment course, was created. It's the topic of beauty, really I stand strongly about. And I'm not perfect, and beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Not everyone is gonna think that, but the word beauty means so much more to me now. It's not about just someone's looks.
I love that, Jaslene. So good to talk to you.
You too, Shelly.
Thank you so much for stopping by.
Such a pleasure.
If you're at home, clap. I mean, so good. So good to see you. And I'm sure.
Oh,
thank you.
we got a
have
clap
some,
over there.
Peanut Gallery. Thank you so much. But thank you for tuning into Ambition. We're going to have lots more, I'm sure, from you, Jaslene. And we'll have lots more next time. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.